All right, my Canva Create just came out, and I don't know. Did you watch it? It's okay if you didn't, but did
I
you ever
didn't.
look it over?
I looked through a little bit of like the new features that they were rolling out, but I didn't
No.
hop on it at all.
I watched a little bit of it. I find it like difficult to even get through. I put it on in the background while I'm trying to work, but then at some points it gets like difficult to focus listening to it. But I do like to kind of know what they're launching, and
Yeah, for
so I thought
sure.
it'd be a good idea just to kind of share what they are launching. So I'm going to pull up what we got here. Let me pop over to that screen. Okay, so the biggest thing that I thought was kind of interesting is this Canvas Sheets. This one it looks like basically, I mean, the way that they described it in the Canva Create was as more of like a tool for production. They didn't really discuss it as like like there's some cool things and like that you are what I mean to say is like, when I heard spreadsheet, I thought uh, that why are they trying to compete, or what are they going to offer that's kind of different than Google Sheets? But here, if you watch this, I mean, I think it's like in relationship to production and in relationship to like what you're doing in Canva. They've made some tools that are kind of interesting for that. So like in Google Sheets or in Excel, for example, like it doesn't really work well with like using it as a production tool. Like our team sometimes will make a Gantt chart or some kind of like production schedule or something in Google Sheets, but we can't actually add in, because it's very effective for that, but we can't actually add in the content. We have to kind of link to the content, and a lot of that has to take place outside of the sheet. And so as a content workflow, like production manager tool, this Canva Sheets, I think, it seems like they're not really like trying to replace like your P&L, like where you're going to host your P&L, or like what tool you're going to use for managing your budget for your business or managing your budget at home. They're looking for specifically a Sheets program that is like for production and building out your content strategies. And I thought that was kind of smart, because when we first had discussed it, our conversation was about like, I don't know why they're even trying to compete with Excel and Sheets. Both are as good as they could possibly be. The only difference with Sheets was that it was on cloud based, which now, I mean, again, they offer both. I don't know what you could add to it. Maybe I'm just lacking in
I mean,
imagination.
the thing that I'm thinking of is, I mean, we don't use it, and I don't. This makes me think that maybe it is used more often than we're thinking. I mean, based off of that video right there, that's up on the screen right now, that looks very similar to like a Facebook setup, like setting up a Facebook ad, how it's like all different classified. But I was thinking in terms more of like, because you can connect and link your accounts to Canva and like post straight from Canva. So I don't know how, and like it does collect your data. So I don't know how many people use that feature, or if like that is like another source to be used with the sheet, like interpreting that data and holding that data all in the same spot. But
I
that was
think that
where I thought it would maybe
no, I mean, like
applicable
launch
to.
right. Like the other thing that they're launching that's kind of interesting. I don't know if they have that in here. I don't want to jump too far ahead because I wanted to get to some of this other stuff. But they have the
Right there.
well, they have the website thing though going, where I guess maybe because they already launched that, so that's not a new thing. That's already been true, that you could publish the site and the marketing and analytics and everything. So like you're saying, I think they are trying to be kind of like the hub for agencies and people like us. Like I think for content, if you're going to manage content, they want you to like do all of it inside of Canva.
All of it, yeah.
And like you said, like now with this spreadsheet thing though, imagine that workflow. Now you can keep everything potentially in there
in one place,
so that you're not like hopping from, like, for example, like Hootsuite or something
that's
like
exactly what I was thinking.
yeah,
Exactly
it
what I was
would
thinking.
replace a tool like that, I think, for sure. And for sure, and it looks like, with this Magic Studio thing, like with what they're pointing out in the screen that I've got up now, how you can apply your AI tools, because that's, into the visual charts. This will be in relationship to reporting and things like that from the agency side. And then also in here with the creating with the AI, they want you to know like, hey, you can write all this content using this, drop it right into your, that's what they talked about in the Create too, is then just crazy. Drop it right into here, like all at once. But I mean, we all, I think we're on the same page with like, that's never the best strategy. I mean, look here, this is actually, I guess I should have pulled up this screen right from the beginning. This is exactly what it's talking about. Everything all in one place. So you can come from here, you can have all in this same thing, this like big, like client dashboard where you can have all of your reporting, all of your Gantt charts and your kind of project management stuff. You can have like they show this idea board and stuff like that. Like, so almost like attacking like what was that tool that our former team member used to talk about all the time? It was like a boarding tool. I can't remember what it was called, but everyone liked it. Not Evernote, but some kind of like notes tool. Anyways, I forget what it was, but
I can't think of what it is. Not Procreate.
Not what?
Not Procreate?
No, it was I don't know. It had a hip new name. I forget what it was. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so that's kind of Canva Create. I think the big thing was like they are launching some good tools. I think people are sleeping on Canva still, you believe it or not. It's hard to believe because like, the world, there is a lot of people that use it. But right now it's kind of like a place for novices, I think is what they're, and I think that's their like primary user base right now. And I do think this move, obviously we use it from time to time and a lot, more and more. I feel like every month, it becomes a bigger part of what we do. And, there was a time where I was like kind of sour on it, but they offer a lot of cool things for a business. And it's like obviously very affordable, all things considered, when you compare other design options, Adobe Suite, that sort of thing. I mean, it's like way more affordable. And again, like offers more things in a lot of ways than Adobe because of this, like this new thinking. This is like one of the only industries that is still staying very creative and competitive and cool and fun. And I'm enjoying Canva. I think that people are sleeping on CapCut as well. Like CapCut offers all kinds of cool things that just, I get why people sleep on it, because it's like once you get into like a habit of using a tool, you're like, oh, I'm just, I don't want to change anything. This works. I like this. And I totally get that because I'm the same way. But I do think we have to, as like, as human beings, I think just in my opinion, just to like stay relevant, you have to kind of like try these things and kind of force yourself to practice with them. I mean, you and I talk about this quite a bit where, we have to kind of like try to use it. And I think when you're trying to use it, Canva, once you get in there and give it a try, it really explains itself, man. It really does a lot.
You just have to like explore everything that they do have to offer.
Like, I love how you can like one click or a few clicks, make all of your like change branding, like stock graphics. Oh my gosh, like that's
one of my favorite things.
How many times have you searched for like an icon on Google? I mean, again, Bailey, I don't know, maybe not by the time you were doing this, but for me, that was a huge part of my job, was finding free icons and stuff like that. You would like, back in the day, you would have to find like kind of a starting point, and then you could maybe redraw something that already existed, or, you'd have to go whatever. Like
meanwhile, now they have the whole folder of all of the icons that are the same style, the same aesthetic.
They just pull up like, more like this, or I can't remember the way that they related or something like that. And and you get like just an endless feed of these like pretty similar icons. And I mean, nothing is better than a great designer. I don't want to like poo-poo on like proper design, because there is a time and a place. And, I still, love using Sav, but there's, hundreds of great designers in the world. And I mean, I think there's still a ton of value for that kind of thing, but Canva is like totally slept on and a great tool. And I think people underutilize it. So it was interesting to watch. Again, the create thing, well, let me save you the time. Everybody's real excited about Canva. Lots of hyping people up or whatever, lots of whooshing animations.